Okay, so in the last episode, we learned how to output text to the console. But now I want to get into how to store data in what's called variables. So I'm just going to delete what we have here, and we're going to start on a blank slate. The first thing you want to do is declare a variable by identifying your data type for your variable. So I'm just going to type int for int. This stands for integer. And then I'm going to type my number, semicolon. So this is how you declare an integer called my number. Now you can set this variable to any integer. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. You could set it to any one number. So I'm going to set it to 5. You can also set this to 5 by saying, so we'll go back a little bit. You could say on the next line, my number equals 5, semicolon. So that does the same exact thing as this. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Let's say you wanted to output this. So you can type cout, $, my number. Hit F5. Bam. It outputs the number 5 using our variable reference. Okay, let's say we wanted to add two numbers together. Well, we can do that. Declare another number. I'll call it another number. You can call it whatever you want, though. This is the name of the variable. This doesn't have to have any specific name. And then in the cout statement, we'll say my number plus another number. Just like that. So we're declaring my number as 5. We're declaring another number as 3. And then we're adding my number plus another number. And we're outputting it to the console. Let's run this. And there you go. 8. At least I think 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is fine and all, but let's say we wanted to take in a number that the user inputs inside the console using their keyboard, rather than having to hard code this stuff in. So they could put whatever number they want at runtime. The way you can do this is you can actually ask the user to input something. So let's get rid of the equals 5 here. Let's get rid of the equals 8 here. And we're going to type cin greater than my number, semicolon. And then we'll type cin greater than another number, semicolon. Now let's run this. So you should see a blank console. And if I just type 5, enter, 3, enter, we get 8. Now this is fine, but we need a little bit more visual so that the user knows what to do with our program. So before the cin statement, let's say cout, quotation, please enter a number. And make sure you get the semicolon at the end. So here's what we have. We're declaring our two variables. Then we're asking the user, please enter a number. They'll enter the first number. They'll press the enter key. And then we'll say cout, please enter another number, semicolon. And then this will give us our sum. So we'll say cout, the sum of these two numbers is, semicolon. Now let's run this. Please enter a number. We'll say 5. Please enter another number. We'll say 3. The sum of these two numbers is 8. And there you go, a basic addition calculator. So this works great, but let's say we wanted to output something other than an integer. So I'm just going to start over here. And remember how we typed int to declare a number? We said int my number equals 5. Well, we can also do something similar with different data types. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to type string my phrase equals And then in quotes, we'll type hello world, like the first lesson. So this gives us a string that says hello world. And we could type C out my phrase. Run this and it gives us hello world. So this is really cool because we can take text and kind of manipulate it and put it anywhere we want. So now this is kind of a lot of stuff I'm throwing on you. So let's say you wanted to take some notes in code to help you remember what certain things are supposed to do. So you can make comments in C++ that don't actually affect your code, but can be a visual reminder to the programmer. So type // and you'll see the text turn this green color. And you could say, this line saves hello world into my phrase. And then on the next line, we can say, this line outputs the variable my phrase. So this is very useful, especially when you have a lot of code and it's a lot to keep track of. It'll help you stay a lot more organized. Okay, so now we've learned a lot to make a very complete program. So let's start over and let's make a program that adds the sum of 4 numbers and displays the average of them. So let's start by declaring our welcome message for the program. We'll say string welcome message equals welcome to my sum and averager program, semicolon. Great. So let's do C out welcome message. And the start of our program, we'll just say, welcome to my sum and averager program, but we still have a lot of work to do. So now let's declare our variables for user input. So we could say int num1, or we can also use a different data type called a double instead of int. Now what a double does, it allows us to use bigger numbers and decimal points, whereas an int won't allow us to do this. So I'll say double num1, and we'll make 4 of these. Double num2, double num3, double num4. So we have 4 number variables. Great. So let's make some more prompts. Let's say string prompt1 equals enter num1. String prompt2 equals enter num2. String prompt3 equals enter num3. And string prompt4 equals enter num4. Okay, so now we've made all the declarations that we need to make. So what we'll do is after our welcome message, we'll output our prompts. So C out prompt1, but we got to be careful with this because we'll have this issue where it won't be on the next line. So let's add a \n just before our prompt text. \n, \n, \n. So this will ensure that each prompt will be on a new line. So after prompt1, we're going to want to cin num1. So welcome message, enter num1, take in the first number. Then after the first number is entered, we'll do C out prompt2, and then cin num2. Same thing. Prompt3, cin num3. Prompt4, cin num4. So this is what we got. Let's give this a try and see if it takes in our variables. So welcome to my sum and averager program. Enter num1. 1, 4, 6, 8. Great, so it takes in all our numbers. Okay, so let's focus on obtaining the sum of these four numbers. So let's declare a new double, and let's say double sum equals num1 plus num2 plus num3 plus num4. Great. So this will give us the sum of the four numbers that are inputted by the user. Let's say we also want the average. We could say double average is equal to num1 plus num2 plus num3 plus num4, all in parentheses, divided by 4. Now, you can do it like this, or you could just simply say sum divided by 4. So after that, let's say C out the sum of these four numbers is, then you could say sum. We'll do C out again, \n. The average of these four numbers is, then write less than sign, average. Let's give it a try. So 2, 4, 6, 8. The sum of these numbers is 20. The average of these numbers is 5. There you go. Sum and averager program. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. In the next video, we'll delve into this a bit deeper, and I'll show you a bunch more tricks that you can do to make you an efficient C++ programmer. Stay tuned.